Welcome back. Now, as promised, if you're looking for a change of direction in your career, or if you're looking for something new, or perhaps even as a part-time job, this is something for you. Perhaps you'd like to consider a job as a real estate agent. Now, to talk more about this and to shed some light on this, we have two guests. We've got Mr. Stephen Tan, the country manager, I presume, for Malaysia of HomeGuru, which is a special website. We're going to go into details about that in just a bit. As well as Gerard, who's the Reapfield Senior Vice President. Good morning, lads. How are you feeling today?
Good. Very good. Thanks. Great.
Okay, I heard that women make better real estate agents. True or false?
They do. They do.
Why is that?
I think it's.
I mean, we have no qualms about us being better than men, but why, in particular, in this profession?
Yeah, I think because when you look at real estate, it's really all about relationship, and women tend to focus a lot on that.
Okay.
So when dealing with the clients,
Yeah, correct. Carry on.
Yep, they're more focused on the relationship part of the business.
Okay.
And so when you have that, real estate is all about that, building confidence with the clients. So females have done that much better. They're better listeners. They're better at empathy than men. Men tend to maybe not listen as much, so women do that very well.
Do you think that this would be a better career for women as opposed to men? Because we still see a lot of men pursuing this profession.
Well, I think it doesn't really matter because if we generally speaking, we have almost like half each from the sexes, that either in Malaysia or Singapore, so to speak, where we came from, a Singapore property guru in Singapore, that we have about 50% of men and 50% of women. But I would say that we have seen a trend that more and more ladies are joining in this foray.
Let's talk about the success rate. Now, you were saying it's quite equal in that sense where the battle of the sexes both are coming into this profession. But who normally succeeds in getting a sale or, you know?
I think Gerard can speak a little bit about Reapfield's story.
I think when you look at Reapfield itself, we've got about 860 people in the organization, sales professionals in there. And when you look at that, we look at the success rate in terms of our producers, meaning people who take home a six-figure income. And yeah, and when we look at that, about 49% of them...
In a month?
In a year.
Oh, in a year, okay.
In a year.
In a year.
I was just going to go into that. I mean, how much can we earn? Because some people actually do this as full-time. Some people dwell on this as a part-time job.
The most successful agents that we have are mostly on full-time.
Okay.
When we look at the agents where we have right now in Reapfield, probably about 40 to 50 of them are probably doing around six-figure income on a yearly basis. That's probably about half. Half of that are women, and the other half are men performing that kind of figure. So the women are doing very well.
Now, I was reading this article the other day that more and more women are being smarter in investing in properties. Should women seek female real estate agents? Is this more advisable, or because you were saying that they have more empathy, they would understand more about family, how it works? What's your 2 cents worth?
I think I probably can answer that. In homeguru.com.my, we have a section called Find Agents. So actually, you can look at the information they provided in the website on each agent, where they belongs to, what kind of listing they have, before you deciding who to call, whether you should call a male or female agent. But you actually can try to analyze their background before you actually call the agents for the property listings. So do browse into the Find Agent section of homeguru.com.my to find the real genuine agent that you want.
Talk us through about this homeguru.com.my website that you have. What is it?
We have actually currently about 5,500 agents, has about close to 60,000.
Under HomeGuru?
Yes, under
or
HomeGuru.
they're freelancers?
They are everywhere in Malaysia. Right. They have listed about close to 60,000 of property listing in Malaysia. So for the public, actually they can go in to narrow down on the listings beside selecting the agents that they want. They actually also can go to the developers on new sales. They also can actually go into the sub-sales, which is the secondary market, to choose the property they want to narrow down.
So it's safe to say that HomeGuru is a website. It's somewhat like Yellow Pages for anyone looking for listings on properties. We're not talking just about houses here, right? We're talking about offices.
Correct. Everything in properties.
Warehouses.
Warehouse, land,
wow.
commercial,
that's huge.
Factories.
So you're quite diverse in that sense.
Yes, as long as properties. Yes.
And you were saying that there's also a segment in that website where it gives you tips on how you can find your agent and how to be more comfortable.
You're right.
Now, what are the tips in looking for a good agent out there? I mean, I know more and more women, as I was mentioning earlier, we're getting more smarter in investing in properties, but we're still unsure about agents because, you know, it's a huge, it's not as if you're buying kuih, you're buying a property here.
Yeah, sure.
What are the tips?
I think when you look at picking the right agent, regardless of whether it's male or female, it's really more about how well they've worked in that area, their results as well. And I think that's where HomeGuru comes in. It's quite a public platform, and it's a very transparent platform where if you're doing well and if you're a female agent and then you're doing really well, it shows up in the listings that an agent would have. I think as to whether to choose a female or a male agent, everything it really comes down to empathy, relationship that you can build at first instance with that agent that you call up. And oftentimes women and females are much better at listening.
Oh, that's so true.
Much better at listening. And so I think when you're building a relationship, when you're able to listen, you normally would get another call in from the clients. So the relationship is built there. I think women also are much better in terms of building longer-term relationship. They not only look at the transaction itself.
Right.
And clients like that, buyers like that, sellers like that, where they're looking at not as money per se only, but building a bond.
You want to feel comfortable with a person.
That's right. That's right.
Right. It's not just all about money.
Correct.
Okay, we're going to hold your thought. We're going to shed more light with regards to this, and especially if... Welcome back. We're still with Gerard and Stephen to talk more about being a real estate agent, especially for women out there looking for a career change. Now, come on, and let's try and persuade our viewers out there, you know, if they wanted to try this out as a profession per se, not just part-time but full-time, how can you convince them? I mean, why should they take on this job? It seems as if, like, selling your normal product, you know, MLM is already difficult enough. What more? A huge investment. What are some of the perks?
I think when you look at real estate itself, women are really good at building relationships with their own social networks as it is already. Okay. And if you were a lady, you would have had enough contacts throughout your career that you've built, possibly from your past career. And so when you come onto real estate, as we've noticed with a lot of them, they bring a lot of the contacts they already have. And with those relationships that's already been built, it provides them a really good start.
But you know how it is. I mean, even with insurance, for women selling insurance, they've got tons of contacts out there, but then, friend, but at the same time, I mean, what is the key ingredient for them to actually make a sale and, you know, a good sale?
I think really it still boils down to relationship. Because they are able to build relationships with their friends as they have in the past. It might not be the friends' properties that they're selling. It might be the friends' friends, where they've built that relationship and that trust. Females are really good at establishing that trust that is needed for a transaction to happen, because there's a lot of ambiguities in a transaction. There's a lot of things you don't know. So trust really comes into play. It's a really quite important ingredient.